Hello everyone, David here, MixBus TV. Hope you guys are having a great day. I had this thing for a while and finally I get to make this video. Long live analog. Once in a while, a new unit pops up in the market and it's a different level. Today we are taking a look at Gainlab Audio Bishop all-tube channel strip. You will see and hear that this unit really is something special, but you don't have to believe my words. I'm not going to romanticize or hype this unit. I have no feelings and all facts. And the first one lays in the preamp section of the Bishop, built following the true all-tube guide with no discrete components in it. Only tube elements, only esoteric, boutique, and very expensive units are built this way, like DW Fern or Tree Audio. And I have no idea how Gainlab Audio is able to price this unit at the price that it is, but we won't complain about it. The second is the, as for today, absolutely unique compressor design. Yes, it's an opto compressor, not only with a custom LDR unit for the opto cells, but with a unique, and believe me when I say unique, you will hear it in a minute, dual slope compressor with different ratios in an opto compressor and a dynamic air bend. I only have two problems with this unit. One, no matter how hard I will try, this video will not do justice to how beautiful this preamp sound. You really have to have it and track a bunch of things with it to really understand how big and full this unit sounds. And the second problem is that you will probably want to, and stop telling your wife that is my fault. All of this and more is the Gainlab Bishop all-tube channel strip. Let's take a listen. Before we start, please check the info box down below for all the links, special discounts, free plugins, and make sure you visit the new website, mixbustv.com. All the new mixing and mastering courses are there. You can book lessons, private consultations, mix and mastering, and a lot more. And if you want to access the members-only content and videos, click the join button down here, become a MixBus TV member. And if you enjoy the content, please consider using the super thanks and support the channel. Let's get to the video. So let's take a look at the Gainlab Audio Bishop all-tube channel strip. First of all, I gotta say it, there are a lot of cool looking units out there, but the Bishop is something special. I wish you could see it in person, especially in low lights like this with the ring light around the gain knob that changes as you change from high gain to low gain. But most important, the design and the functionality of this channel strip really separates this from the rest. Just like their Empress EQ, which you know it's right there on my desk, present on every mix, arguably the best design improvement on the classic Pultec style EQ. The Bishop is a brilliant channel strip with a bunch of features that really improve your workflow. They are easy to use, and that's what I really love about this unit, besides the color and the tone of the box itself. They gave us enough options to have an extremely versatile channel strip, but not too many for the unit to become distracting. And most important, one of the best sounding tube preamp pair with a unique, and I mean it, probably the only dual slope optical compressor. This channel strip can be used as a preamp, as a compressor, or as a saturator, all three together. So from left to right, let's start taking a look at the controls. We start with the power button. I'm very happy that we have a power button on the front. There's also one on the back. Pad switch and invert phase switch. Underneath we have the phantom power on and off and the XLR 1/4-inch jack combo input. So you have both standards that you can plug right in the front. Next to it we have the input selector, instrument, mic, and line. You can use this unit as a tube preamp to plug your guitar or bass, as a microphone recording channel, and inline level to run signal from your DAW. So you can use it as a saturator, as a compressor, as a color box, or of course for your synths. Up top we have the drive knob. This is your saturator that goes from low to high, fully variable. Next to it we have the big gain knob with a really cool ring light around it, which is not just aesthetic. It tells you when you are in high gain or with this switch in low gain, and you can see the ring light lights up closer to the knob and it indicates that you are in low gain. We have markings in the inner circle and the outer circle, and the preamp is capable of 60 dB of tube gain. And here's what sets this preamp apart from the rest. The Bishop's preamp section is a real all-tube preamp. That means that the microphone preamp section contains only tube elements and doesn't contain any discrete elements. Only the most expensive, esoteric, and sought-after units are built like this, like DW Fern 3 Audio Tube Deck. And they use a nanocrystal core transformers for the output stage, the same one found in the Emperor EQ. We have then the big VU meter in the center, and then of course our dual slope optical compressor section, which you can take in and out of the signal altogether. The compressor is built around the known concept of optical compressors. It works in a similar way as the LA2A, but there are many additional functions. You will understand better the dual slope compressor and how it sounds, of course, in the audio examples that we are going to do in a minute. But the Gainlab Bishop optical compressor gives us a second slope to the loved working method of LA2A solution. We have our threshold knob, and you can see the gain reduction meter lights up in the first row, and then our second slope and gain reduction 2 meter lights up. The second slope sits higher than the first threshold and have a higher ratio than the first one. All of this is even more controllable with the character knob, soft, med, or hard. The character selector is your ratio. It can go from smooth compression to absolutely destroying the signal. Time constant selection switch with 6 different positions. This is what I was saying when I was talking about giving us versatility without having too many options that it becomes distracting. We have an auto, fastest, faster, fast, slow, and slowest. Combined with the character and the second slope, this is arguably one of the most versatile and good sounding opto compressors that you can buy today. And remember, because we have a line input, you can run tracks from your DAW and use it in a hybrid mixing situation to compress your tracks post-recording. That means that I will probably need another one. Anyway, we have a high-pass filter with 2 positions, 120 and 60 or off. And then if this wasn't enough, we have a dynamic airband. Yes, exactly. The beloved airband that we all know, in this case, is program dependent based on the compression. We have 2 positions, 20K and 30K, and of course, you can take it off. Last control is our output attenuator that goes from off to -12, of course, all switches. Without further ado, let's hear how the Gainlab Audio Bishop sounds. All right, Bella is gonna sing for us today. We are using an Austrian Audio OC818, our favorite microphone for her, and she's gonna sing to try the preamp of the Bishop. Does this unit make your top 5?
Yes.
Yeah, you like it?
I love it.
All right, you ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go. You can see my settings for the first pass. We are using the optical compressor. We are in soft character, my favorite for vocals, and auto. I have the HPF filter engaged, and for now I'm not using the airband at all. We'll do a couple of passes with this as well.
Violence with my kiss, poison on your lips. Never again will I let someone in. Aching within my soul, tragedy in my bones. Violent with my kiss, poison on your lips. Never again will I let someone in. Aching within my soul, tragedy in my bones.
Now you already heard how big and full this preamp sound. But right now I want you to focus on the airband. So this airband here, you can see we have 2 settings, 20K and 30K. Now, if we disengage the compressor, this airband here works statically. So just like a regular airband EQ, 30K top lift or 20K top lift. But if we engage the compressor, this airband becomes dynamic, so it compensates for the top end roll-off of the compressor dynamically. I'm gonna start with my favorite 30K, and Bella will sing the same clip.
Violent with my kiss, poison on your lips. Never again will I let someone in. Aching within my soul, tragedy in my bones. Violent with my kiss, poison on your lips. Never again will I let someone in. Aching within my soul, tragedy in my bones.
We're gonna do another pass with our dynamic band at 20K.
Violent with my kiss, poison on your lips. Never again will I let someone in. Aching within my soul, tragedy in my bones. Violent with my kiss, poison on your lips. Never again will I let someone in. Aching within my soul, tragedy in my bones.
So you hear how much more detail there is with the air band in. The sound of this thing is absolutely exceptional. And you saw how the first slope has its own, like I said in the intro, gain reduction meter. And then you can clearly see when the second slope and stage of compressor come in, which has a higher ratio than the first one, and the threshold sits above the first one. And it also appears to be faster. So this compressor is really something completely different that we've ever seen before, even though it has the characteristics of the classic opto compressor that we love. All right, Bella now is gonna sing a different song, and for this one I'm gonna set the character, which again is our ratio, to med. I'm not gonna touch the threshold, and I didn't touch the input, so just switching the character, you will see how the two stages of compression change, how they interact. And for this example, I'm also using time constant fast. I'm gonna keep my HPF, and I'm gonna keep my dynamic air band at 20.
Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved.
Is absolutely incredible how this compressor sound, it basically really solves the problems that we so often have, either too little compression or too much compression for one single pass. This one, it just handles the dynamics so well and so smooth, being an opto compressor. Now for the third pass, I really want you guys to hear the compressor in action. So I'm gonna push the threshold, I'm gonna push the second slope a little more, I'm gonna go back to character soft, which is the best for me for vocals. I'm gonna use time constant faster. Even if these are not the settings that I will use for the song, I really want you to hear the compressor pushing, how smooth and warm it is. And we are also gonna go back to dynamic air band at 20, so you can hear really the compensation when we start pushing the gain reduction.
Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved.
This compressor is magical. I have never heard something so smooth. Just so you understand how powerful the dynamic air band is, I'm gonna ask Bella to sing the same part again, same exact settings, but without the air band.
Now the day bleeds into nightfall, and you're not here to get me through it all. I let my guard down, and then you pulled the rug. I was getting kinda used to being someone you loved.
Which dark doesn't mean bad, because it's so warm, right? But you can hear how much detail and how sweet the top end is when you go to 20K. Now, sometimes 20K can be too much or too bright if you're not compressing enough. That's why I advise you guys to use 30K if you're just tapping the compressor. But when you're pushing like I'm doing right now, 20K is just perfect, and it gives so much life back to any track. Now that you heard how beautiful this preamp sounds, I'm gonna go back to line, and we are gonna run some tracks from Pro Tools in it and really dig into different settings. Now, to really understand the compressor, I'm gonna use this acoustic guitar, and I want you to keep your eyes on the settings that I'm changing and also the gain reduction meter, because the visual aid will also help you understand how versatile and good sounding this compressor is. Before doing that, I'm gonna bypass the compressor, the dynamic air, everything else, and I just want you to hear the difference of this guitar just running through the preamp alone. Because I can bypass the preamp, I'm gonna do it with the insert. So without, the richness alone that this unit brings, this preamp in particular brings, even just running tracks from Pro Tools in it without no other processing, it's pretty crazy. And right now to gain match, I've been pretty conservative, but you can also use the attenuation and push the preamp even more. Alright, because I have switches here for both the input and the attenuation, there was a little bit of O-level gain now, but please go past that. Listen to how rich and how full the body of this guitar becomes. Now, let's go to the compressor. Soft, my favorite for something like this. You feel how even at fastest, the attack is not choked. And now dynamic air again. And now let's go with the second slope. I'm gonna start from soft, auto, no air band. So again, you hear the interaction of the two stages. You can keep just a little bit of compression on the first stage and just hit those high, tall peaks with the second stage with one compressor. You don't need two compressors in series. And again, for this acoustic guitar, hard or med are not the right ratio settings. I prefer soft, but I wanted to show you how reactive it is, how fast this optocompressor can be. Let's change source. We go with a male vocal.
You make it hard, I wanna stop and stare behind those eyes, what else you got in there? 'Cause you make me feel like I should learn to stop time. I will give you this life that I'm in if you show me the other side. I stand outside in the rain, I'll take the physical pain. At the end of the day, the girl's what I want.
How much versatility do you have with this thing? It's absolutely mind-blowing. It's really like having an LA2A in the first stage and a hybrid between an LA2A and an 1176 after. With all these controls, you can go from the classic opto curve that it squeezes and it's round and warm to the in-your-face sound when the second stage comes. It's really, really crazy. So let's try rap vocals really quick and just hit it with the second stage really hard.
Cause if they try to throw me in the handcuffs, I got my codees with the handguns to puppet police if they act tough. Cause we got like 4 keys in the back of the OG. We roll deep, man, it go deep in the bang bus. We're so street like gold teeth and bandanas, oh please. Y'all so weak, y'all like both knees on a grandma. And y'all be drip dropping in Gucci tops and Louboutins, new Balenciagas, Louboutins. I'm still rocking FUBU hoodies with some Puma socks like it's 92 and I'm popping locking on boulevards. Man, fuck 'em, Edgar Hoover cops. Fucking losers watch me write these bars in Google Docs. Then spot me copping Glocks and hopping out of Uber cars to pop so many Rugers off these goobers won't know who to call. And when they get blasted with the chrome, the blood splatters in the pattern like fucking antlers out the dome. I carry my city like I'm Atlas with the globe. And if these rappers didn't know I'm the fucking baddest, let them know. Let them know I'm the Leviathan. Let them know I don't admire them. Let them know the Messiah's back with the violence and the lions are on the prowl and we'll find them in the lion's den.
An optocompressor that can be as in your face and aggressive as the fastest FET. And of course I'm exaggerating settings, but this thing is so fun. And in this case, the preamp gave me so much body that I actually felt like engaging the HPF S60 for how thick that vocal was. Now this is a mono unit, unfortunately, that's what I said I will need to, but I will still run drums through it because yes, this thing can really do damage on drums as well. We're gonna push the preamp here. Again, incredible versatility. You can see, you can decide almost not to use the first stage and just go for the higher ratio and more aggressive curve with the second stage, or just keep everything under the curve a little bit and then catch those tall peaks with this. This thing is really something special. Nothing new, the opto compressors on bass are great, but this is a whole different new world of squeeze with 2 stages. I really genuinely like this compressor and the preamp, everything about this unit so much. Last, let's do a piano. Now this is very interesting, and you can see the piano track is extremely dynamic. It starts very low and it goes up in range and dynamic and volume. Having the 2-stage also takes care of that, with the second loop coming in to save the day if the track suddenly jumps, and so it get caught by the second stage. What can I say? I told you at the beginning, this unit is something different. And I think this is it for the video. This was the Gainlab Audio Bishop All Tube channel strip. I had it in my rack for a while, and I gotta be honest, I liked this so much that I woke up in the morning many times excited because I knew I was going to use it on a mix. And again, this happens often when you have a new unit and everything, but this thing, when I said unique way too many times in this video, it was true. And I'm not even a big fan of opto compressors, but this one, I really am excited to use it on things because it's a whole new different thing. I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. The link to the Bishop is going to be in the description down below. Please don't forget to go and check out the new website, mixbusstv.com. All new mix and mastering courses there and a lot more. If you like the video, please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, click the join button if you want to step up your mix and mastering game, access the members exclusive content and video. Consider using the super thanks and support the channel, or grab some merch. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Stay safe. See you next time.